In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the Plan Design Detail, one of our new reports, to really focus in on specifics for a particular plan design. In order to really understand the information being populated in the Plan Design Detail report, we need to take a closer look at the different layers of notes that we're able to enter in. By using these different notes, we can really customize for the specific employer conversation we're having. If we open up our current dual choice in our sample employer, notice if I go to medical plan and click edit, I actually go to the medical plan in the system. Now this may be a medical plan that's stored in the agency library, so any notes that we add at the plan level will be accessible anytime anybody uses that specific medical or RX plan. So notice at the bottom, every medical plan has the ability to have notes. Now in the past, these notes never really populated anywhere, so they were just used internally. But now we're able to put in specific notes, in this case, to a medical plan. This is a perfect opportunity for those that want to share out-of-network benefits. Even though the conversation might focus on it, we want to be able to have a place to access what those out-of-network benefits are. Now, if we go into copays, we have another layer of plan notes, which are for the copays. So again, in the past, we've entered the copay, but have not had any place to populate these notes. They were internal. Now in the Plan Design Detail report, all of these notes are going to populate to give a more complete picture of a plan design. If we take a look at RX plans also have the ability to have notes. So in cases where we need to get more specific than just the deductible and 4 tiers, again, we're able to add notes for a particular RX plan. Just like the medical plan, anytime this plan would be used, those notes would be available and pass through. In this case, we're commenting on another copay beyond the 4 we keep track of. We're also including information regarding mail order. All right, so those are what we call plan notes. Those really focus around medical plan and RX benefit plans. The next layer of notes are going to be plan design notes. Those are accessible right here for each plan design. Now, plan design notes, when we click on it, we see the medical plan notes that we just reviewed in the medical plan itself, but we also have the opportunity to add specific plan design notes. Now, when we think of plan designs, it's more than just that medical and RX benefit. Plan designs really encompass premium share, HRA, HSA, so notes regarding maybe budgeted utilization or specifics regarding a contribution strategy. Those would all be notes that we might consider under plan design. Now, the last layer of notes, the one we focus on a lot in presentation best practices, are plan group notes. So when we access plan group notes, these are notes that allow us to really give a couple of sentences describing what we have illustrated in each of the plan groups we build out. Really turns into talking points for each one of our plan groups that we can use to guide the conversation. Now that we understand where those notes are located, now let's go ahead and go to our reports and run the Plan Design Detail report. So here's our plan design detail, and we're going to choose that at the plan design level. So we're going to choose one particular plan design, in this case, our current 2000 base plan. Now, just like plan design comparison, when we're extracting plan designs from their groups, we have the option to put it in combined enrollment to really look at that plan independently and see cost rather than just assuming specific counts. I'm going to preview that report. Once I get the preview, I'm going to go ahead and preview it into a new window. So let's take a closer look at our Plan Design Detail report. We have our background information up here, the name of the plan design, the name of the medical plan and carrier. Over here we have the employer financial breakdown. In the middle we have the enrollment. Notice again, we ran this in combined enrollment. So it's walking us through deductible, coinsurance, max, out-of-pocket max. Again, just like the other reports, it's taking into consideration funding to show how we get to net out-of-pocket. The premium share breakdown is here. We can see that premium, the breakdown with the visual bar graph of the premium share, and be able to see what the employee monthly cost for that plan design is. And just like in our other new reports, we're carrying over that idea of employee max cost, which is summing up the net out of pocket for each enrollment type, plus the annual cost of that coverage to give us employee max cost. Underneath is where we see all of the notes start to populate. So on the left here, we have the medical plan. Here we have the copays. Notice those copay notes where those are populating. Here is the medical plan notes showing the out-of-network deductible coinsurance structure. To the right, we have the RX plan, and we're able to show 20, 40, 60, and the $60.25 showing our 4 tiers we normally cover, but now we're able to output those RX plan notes if we have any. Plan design notes we talked about are going to be on the bottom of the plan design. So now that we see where these different notes populate, hopefully that's giving you a better vision of what notes we might actually want to put in at each of those levels. And we will be incorporating in the coverage diagram. That will be added in our next update, where we'll be able to carry over that coverage diagram from the dashboard that visually shows the deductible coinsurance max out of pocket and visually shows where funding is represented to, again, bring another visual from the dashboard onto our reports. So by using the coverage period overview report to really set up the conversation, using the plan group and plan design comparisons when we need to see side-by-side comparisons at either the group or plan design level, and now the plan design detail, which allows us to focus in on the very specific details of a particular plan design. Those 4 reports combined with the dashboard really set up for a dynamic, successful presentation, whether we're reporting live in front of the client, whether we're printing reports and taking them in, or whether we're actually sending a follow-up deliverable with decisions that were made in the live meeting. This concludes the plan design detail tutorial. If you have any questions, please contact us at support@dynamiscorp.com.